to another episode of Texas Strip Club's Uncensored podcast. I'm DJ Jack, and here it is with my good friend DJ Big D, little D on the side. Anyway, well, we're gonna start talking about a place we both work together, Chicas Bonitas of Austin, Texas. Danny, will you say hello to all the people in the house?
It's just me and you.
It's the internet, bitch. All right, just fucking say it.
Hello, everybody in the house.
Now, I think we should just do a couple of different ones about Chicas, because if we start talking about it just continuously, we'd be on.
Well, why don't we just write a book?
Because then that'd be too many fucking pages. I barely scratch the surface. There's a girl that once said it's okay for me to tell her cocaine butthole story.
What?
Exactly.
There's a girl with a butthole?
With cocaine in
the butthole?
Yeah, we're talking about that later. Anyway, look. So we're talking about Chicas. Alright? First,
don't be talking about Frank's girlfriend like that.
I'm not talking about her. Anyway, look. How would you describe Chicas Bonitas of Austin, Texas to somebody who has never been to that particular club?
I don't know. I haven't been there in a couple of years, so I don't know.
Okay, no, wait. What was your... Look, but you were there. Okay?
Yeah, but see,
you were there.
The before when I was there was nice. It was okay. People, we all got along and everything like that. Nobody was trying to rip you off no more. Nobody was trying to freaking stab your ass no more. You didn't have people running around cutting people in the face out in the parking lot. But I mean, so I can't tell you.
Pull my gun on somebody in the parking lot.
I can't tell you. Let me describe what Chicas is now.
No, I was saying
I haven't been there since now.
Your impression of what it was when you were there. So you already did that. You just described it.
Yeah,
when I was there,
we were peaceful and just.
Yeah. Well, when the last year, I would say 365 days. There were people bringing guns in the club, shooting shit. Like one guy, we literally had him on tape. Pulled out a gun just so he could pose for a picture, and accidentally went off as he's about to put it back in his pants. That guy was
at least he didn't go off in his pants.
You know, that's his dick if he did. No, it was fucking violence. Managers ripping people off. It was fucking bad. It was fucking bad. We're going to talk about that kind of stuff. But first, I want to talk about Danny. Can you tell me how you got hired and how you got me hired at Chicas?
Well, I got told to go on to an audition at Chicas Bonitas. I wasn't asked if I wanted to, because at that point I hadn't DJ'd in 2 years.
Wait, hold on. What do you mean you got told?
Well, see, I was trying to work at this one place called Capital City Janitorials or something like that. I got fired.
Oh yeah, and plus you had bad fucking knees.
And then I ended up getting sick, and then I got a phone call from a certain other DJ, another friend of ours, a mutual acquaintance of ours, that said, "Hey, I told my buddy about you, that you speak Spanish and this and that. You need to go get this audition taken care of."
Wait, who was it?
Because I'm over at Sugar's renegotiating my contract to stay here. I was like, "Look, Mr. Q, I don't know. I don't want to DJ," but I wasn't. He pretty much didn't give me a choice. He was kind of acting like my dad because he knew I needed a job. So he was like, "No, I hooked you up an interview, an audition. Go get it done, and this and that. I'm gonna call him. I'm gonna tell him you're gonna call him right now, and he better get the next call after I hang up with him. Better be yours." And I was like, "Oh damn!" Like, okay, like you ain't my pops, but shit. And that's how I got back into Chicas.
That's how you got back in the strip club game, but you got into Chicas.
Well, that's where I started with Chicas, because I kind of did one afternoon gig back in the day when it was Sugars with that friend of ours, Mr. Q, that fucking said, "You gonna take this audition." So yeah, that's how I met him, and then this fool, I brought him on later on because the other DJ was acting a fucking idiot, and I ended up working 15 days straight, 15 doubles straight.
Wait, really?
Yeah, that's when I brought you in to that's when I told
Oh,
him.
I didn't know about the 15 days straight, though.
Dude, that's what I told you. You were like, you were asking me, like, how the fuck? He goes, because at one point, he was like, you started drinking again? I'm like, no. He's like, what the fuck? Like, because I look real tired. I was like, dude, like, I'm on my fourth, I was on my fourth double. And then it's like, fucking just to go home, come back, take a couple hours sleep, nap, and then go back to the club. Did that for 15 days, and I told him, I was like, either y'all find somebody or I'm gonna quit. And then I brought Jack in here. He went in there for like a little bit and covered for like a couple of days, and I was like, alright, I'm back. Let's go. Let's do this shit. But yeah, it was pretty.
Stan had quit at that point again?
Yeah, Stan was doing his stupid shit again, just being throwing a little hissy fit here and there. It's like, boo, dude. Like, just stop. Shit, when I worked with Stan and he had to cover, he worked night. Shit, I couldn't plan anything till after 8:30. He was supposed to be there at 7. Wouldn't show up till 8:30. It's like till 8 or 8:30, and that's when I'm getting ready to leave. Be like, yo, bounce, bro. It's like, dude. But of course, they would let him pretty much do whatever he wanted. He'd get pissed off, decide he didn't want to come to work for a couple of days. He'd say he'd quit, and then there's like, oh, there they go, calling him again, and blah, 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 you gotta come back, please come back, blah, blah, blah. And then what has happened? He's like, well, I'm gonna take another week off, and then I'll go back to work. It's like, and they accepted stuff like that. It's like, it's stupid.
Oh my god. Well, see, that's why the big issue with that place has not been that you can't make money. It's just that you got morons running the place because Frank, one of the owners, lets people just do whatever the fuck they want. As long as while he's there, they follow his fucking rules. And that's where the biggest problem lied, because we had Moses was smoking fucking ice in the fucking office. And
in the office, wherever he had a chance to do that shit.
Yeah. Well, see, those things only happen because you have ineffectual owners, which can be a problem at certain clubs. Because if the owner is incompetent, which Frank is, because he obviously lets people steal and sell drugs at his club, you have a high turnover rate, which means your employees don't last that long. So you've got to constantly hire new employees. And if you're doing that, you're getting a reputation for not being able to keep employees. And if you can't keep employees, how the fuck are you gonna make money? So that was the big thing right there. And that's why they needed me. And the reason why I got pushed up to nights was because I worked Saturday and Sunday, right, for a year. And I was about ready to quit because I wasn't making any money because Moses literally scared off every stripper we had. And I wouldn't get a stripper until like 3 or 4. And that's the upstairs neighbor's dog's or tail. Yeah, anyway.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. When I told him.
Yeah, no. And I was like, I ain't making money. Because I remember you asked me one time, like, well, how's it going? I said, well, I'm not making a damn dime. Because the girls would get there so late sometimes. Well, they would get there at 3, but they wouldn't actually hit the floor till 4:30. Which made them like, oh, well, we ain't got to tip the morning manager. We don't have to tip you guys. And they knew. They didn't have to. And Moses would make a stick about that. And then what would happen, it's like, oh, well, we're not going to show up until 5:30. So you can't bullshit and try to get money out of us because we're not morning girls. Yeah, he pretty much sunk it. I was about to quit. And then thankfully Stan pulled his like, I don't want to work for a month. and left, I fell ass backwards into the position.
Yeah, because they told me, and I told them, I already told you I'm not working nights, and I'm not working Tuesdays because that's when Frank works. So I work Mondays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, and then I had the weekends off because I had been there the longest out of the three new DJs, the other two DJs that came in, which was Jack, and then DJ Miguel, Miggy B. I mean, once he came in, I was like, all right, and that's how I was able to take more time off. Sometimes when I'd get like little sick, or little mental issues would come in my head. I'd be like, yo, I need to go home, recharge this and that. Can one of you cover for me? They would say, yeah. If Stan was there, shit, I couldn't, I wouldn't. Oh,
You
excuse
couldn't
me.
even take
I
a shit
wouldn't trust to ask him to cover for me. Because he won't show up. He'll be like, oh, I forgot. It's like, oh, it's not my day. And they're like, yeah, but you told him you were going to cover for him. Oh, I forgot. And then he'd still keep his damn job. So I'm like, I'm not going to take a risk.
Yeah, no shit. Because that guy was completely... You know, he still is unreliable. But that was the biggest problem. Just idiots. Or just people who didn't make decisions.
Poor decisions were... At most, at best, they did poor decisions.
But
I'm not gonna lie, not all the managers, because in the time that I was there, I kid you not, I think they went through 13 managers.
You were there under Mark, right?
See, I started there when it was the general manager was Mark. I was there when it was Sean. And then I was there for several new daytime managers, several nighttime managers. Dude, I had a manager that was from the other Chicas club in Dallas come and run the club over here for a little bit till they found a manager. And then they brought another one from Dallas they brought an old man Mike. I liked old man Mike. Mike was cool. He was a little out there sometimes, but he was cool people. Mike's was cool people. I told him one time, I was like, yo, Mike, I'm gonna quit. I quit. I'm gonna go to the store real fast. He's like, all right, just make sure you bring me back a candy bar, and I'll pretend that I didn't know you left the club. And I would leave once or twice, and I'd go just to go get something to eat real fast, but I would let him know, like, shit, sometimes Stan would leave. They would tell me sometimes he would leave just to go get something from the store next door, and like they'd come back to like no music a couple of times. I was like, what? I go, shit. I let the music just start drowning down just a bit. They'd fucking come start chewing me out. They'd be like, no, what you doing that for? Like, don't be letting the music die down. I was like, whoa, damn. Stan's been what? And then he's walking in all nonchalant while the music goes, like, oh shit, the music stopped, and then runs over, turns it on. I was like, what the fuck? Like, what? You want to run your club like that? You can run it like that, right into the ground.
Yeah. And one of the biggest mistakes they had was firing you, because it took a long time to find anybody that was even good enough to fucking take your place. And no, not even good enough to take your place. Just like was actual warm fucking body at that point. But and you know you got fired over the stupidest thing in the fucking world. So how'd you get fired?
Because apparently we decided to open at 8 o'clock in the damn morning, June 27th of 4 years so ago, 27 or 20. And yeah, because Mexico was playing in the World Cup and they didn't even win. And apparently I showed up 3 minutes late. But hey, 3 minutes late over 4 or 5 years that I was with the club of putting up with their hell. Fuck, I was kind of glad to go. I mean, I'm not saying I don't miss certain people that work at the club that were at the club at the time.
We'll do that one next, talking about friendships we have made at the titty bars. So I quit. Um, the last 2 years, the shutdown was horrible. But so I worked for a manager named Renee, drug dealer, sells cocaine. Anyway, they made me enforce all these rules, right? Rules that Frank said enforce. Frank is the dumbass owner that's letting them steal and sell drugs in the club. Um,
Yeah, that's an idiot.
yeah, and I was told to enforce these rules. Managers told me to enforce the rules, and I did enforce the rules. But then every time one of the strippers, particularly one of them that they would let suck their dick, even though they're married or got a girlfriend, all that shit. They
Yeah.
they would start crying, and then they tell me the same thing. We can replace you tomorrow. Oh, Frank gave me several speeches about how I'm pissing off the girls, and they're not gonna want to come back. I was like, the same girls that you say that you are firing because they're done doing stupid shit. There was one girl. I don't know if you remember her, Aspen.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So the moment they rehired this chick for the 8th time, I told them, I was like, don't fucking hire this girl. Don't let her work with me. I don't want her working with me. But she was sucking Renee's dick.
Yep.
Yeah. His girlfriend don't know about that. Anyway. Probably now. Anyway. So this chick, even though it's Chicas Bonitas, which means it is a club where they play Spanish music. By the name alone.
Yeah.
This girl refused to dance to anything in Spanish, stood there on stage, did not move, basically stood at attention till I was like, hey, you gotta do something. Then proceeded to stand in the DJ booth with me. The DJ booth was not that big.
Yeah.
Okay, if somebody is standing in front of you and you slide behind them, your dick will go right across their asshole. I had to go to the bathroom. I was like, I need you to move so I can get out of here. She's like, don't touch me. I'm like, I need to get out of the DJ booth. This is not your area. I don't know why you walked in here. You need to get out. Don't touch me. I was like, I need to go to the bathroom. And you need to move so I get the fuck out of here. This bitch refused to move. I had to call management. I actually had to turn the music off. And I said, I need a manager to remove this girl out of the DJ booth right fucking now. She refuses to move. And she's screaming at the top of her lungs, don't fucking touch me! Don't fucking touch me! I was like, I have nowhere to go. That's the only way out. Manager comes over, turn the music back up. She's refusing to leave because Kevin's telling her, like, you get the fuck out of here. She's like, you can't tell me what the fuck to do. Kevin's getting pissed. Yeah. 10 more minutes go by. I'm fucking dying to take a piss. So bad. Finally, Renee, because, she's sucking Renee's dick, literally, comes over and takes him another 10 minutes to get this bitch out the fucking DJ booth. At which point, I didn't give a shit. I told him, I was like, we're doing brick song. I played a long ass fucking 5-minute song so I can go wait in line to take a piss. And they're like, oh, she's fired. I was like, yeah, she's been fired so many times. I don't know why you guys hired her. And then Kevin's like, well, she's sucking Renee's dick. I go, obviously. Because, yeah, and then they kept telling me, like, well, the girls are upset, blah, blah, blah. I was like, I'm pointing out to the girls that are breaking these rules, that are getting fired. Why does it matter what they fucking say? They're getting fired.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it didn't fucking matter. It didn't fucking matter. I was fucking wrong. So, you know what happened? One day, after being told many times that they could replace me in 10 seconds, and they could get anybody to do my job, I quit. Took all my shit and quit. Now that place is pure anarchy because Stan don't give a fuck about enforcing the rules. Managers only care about stealing, so they don't enforce the rules. The other DJs, they can't enforce the rules without managers, so the place has gone to shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, even the customers who know me from Chicas telling me that's gone to shit. I was like, what do you want me to do about it? Fuck them.
Not my problem.
I go, it's not my problem. But that's our opinion on Chicas Bonitas. It was okay. It was
Yeah.
pretty. It was okay when we started, and when we both left, it was on the downturn. But that's the end. Danny, thank you for doing this with me.
You're welcome.
Okay. And guys, we're gonna wrap this up. Don't forget, please share, like, and subscribe. YouTube will not recommend my type of videos, so please share them, like them. Please tell your dad, your cousin, your priest. I don't give a shit who wants to listen, but just have them share, like, and subscribe. All right. See you next.